In today's video, I'm going to guide you through the entire process of setting up your Shopify store.
This is a complete step-by-step Shopify free course for beginners.
We will cover everything step by step in details, and I will show you how to create a beautiful and professional Shopify store.
We will dive deep and go into all the features, configurations, and settings. And by the end of the video, you will have a fully functioning, beautiful online store.
Hey everyone, my name is Orin and welcome back to my channel. If you're interested in learning more about online businesses, mindset, and all things entrepreneurship, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Let's jump right into the tutorial.
Let's have a quick look at all the things that we will be discussing. We are building the store from scratch, so we will start with branding and logo, and then we will do our Shopify sign up, build our website, and fix our online store with themes and features. And lastly, we will cover admin settings. Branding and logo. Branding and logo is a very important part of your brand. However, if you already have a brand name and a logo, then please feel free to skip this part. We are going to start by going to canva.com and then click create a design and then click logo. The free version has all the options that you will need. I'll leave a link for this in my description box below. Alright, so now we are going to pick a name for our brand and then create our logo. For the purpose of this video, we are setting up a kitchenware store. Alright, so on the sidebar, we will go to designs, and then on the search bar, we will type something like kitchen or home goods. Okay, so I have selected this beige template. If you click this plus sign, it will create an exact duplicate image below. Now we have clicked the backspace on the image, and so the background has become white. We can very easily change the background color from the color box above, but for this video we are keeping this background color and we are going to work with this. If you click on these images, you will be able to move them, resize them, or even delete them. I'm not very happy with the design, so we are gonna go ahead and change it. We are gonna go to elements, and then we're gonna try to find something that we like. I like this element, so we are going to center align it, go to the color box, see if we want to change the color. We're going to leave this black, and we are also going to use this brand name home goods store that came with the template. Now this is a course and a tutorial. When you select a name for your brand, make sure to do proper research and check on the availability of the name. Use your creativity to create your logo. Once you're happy with it, click share on the top right corner and download your file in PNG format in high res. Now for product photos, I absolutely suggest a photo shoot, but in case you're unable to do it, you can get started with stock photos, and Pagefly is a very good website for that. Alright, now we're going to create a new email to set up our Shopify store. If you haven't signed up for Shopify yet, I'm going to leave the best current deal in the description box below for you to sign up. So once you've created your account, you'll be taken to your Shopify dashboard. Here they're asking which describes you best, so I'm just starting. Next, they're asking where would you like to sell. So there are this bunch of options. You can have a look, but we will do an online store, and then click next. And then here they're asking what do you plan to sell first. So here there are a bunch of other options. If you're doing dropshipping, you can select that. There is digital products, print on demand, and all these options, but we will do products I buy or make myself, and then click next. Then they're asking where is your business located. I'm in the United Arab Emirates. I'm going to select that. If you select a different country location, then you will not have all the features available, and also Shopify doesn't really like it, and that's exactly what's written here. Now next we're going to use the continue with email option, and then we are going to use the email that we have just created and sign up with Shopify. So now sign up is done, and now we are inside our Shopify dashboard. So here on the dashboard are a few quick buttons, but we are going to start with online store. We are going to click online store, and then we are going to start by choosing a theme. This is where you will be web designing, so this is where you're also building a website. Now once you have selected themes, we are going to then scroll down, and we are going to click visit theme store. Choosing the right theme plays a very important role as it ties into the look and feel of your website. You will be able to customize these themes as per your liking, but it'll be easier for you to pick one which has most of the options. There are paid themes and free themes. We're gonna click free, and then we're gonna see what options we have. I suggest you take your time and go inside each of the themes and check all the features out. So let's select the Dawn theme and check it out. So it's a free theme, it has these features, and if you want to see how the layout will look like, you can simply click view demo store, and you can also directly try the theme from here. So let's go ahead and do view demo store. So this is how done looks. This is how your website will look like once you set it up. This looks quite good to me, so let's go ahead with this one. Let's click try theme, and now it's been added to our store. And once we do this, our theme will load here in our theme library. Now let's right click the customize button, and we will open the theme editor in a new tab. So this is our theme editor, and on the left side there is a sidebar with all the options. We will be editing everything on the sidebar, and the results will be displayed on the right side. Now we will begin to build our store using all the features. At the moment we have our theme editor set as desktop view, but you can check the mobile view. We are going to work with the desktop version because the mobile version will automatically get set once you set up the desktop version. So whatever theme you choose, even if it's a free one or a paid one, all the themes will have the header section and the footer section just like this one. And in between that is the template section where we will add all our pages. So all the themes will come with their own sections. So this one came with an image banner and the featured collection. So let's get started by adding a new section to our store. Click on any of the sections and a plus button will appear. You can add directly from here, or you can come to the sidebar and click add section. Once we do this, all these options will show up, and then now we can select our sections. So each of these sections contain blocks within the section. For example, the image banner has this image section where you can also put a heading, and then there's also the buttons, and inside of it has options for you to make the text large, medium or small. Now if we click the shop all button, it'll take us to the button section on the sidebar, and then also you can go to the home page on the sidebar and go directly to these links. Here if we click buttons, it will also bring us to the same page. Now inside of the buttons we have button link which we will create, and that will take us to different sections and pages. So when you click here, you can see all of these options. So we are going to create these pages and then link them. To add an image to the image banner, we can simply click on the image area itself, and then we can upload or add images from here. So to upload the image, we can simply upload from here. For this example, we are uploading our logo file that we created a while back. But for the image banner, try to upload something which looks really great. It could be a photo shoot that you have done for your product. If you decide to get stock photos, make sure that it's something that will really attract your customers. So that's how our banner is looking. We need to change the overlay of the text. Another thing about this theme is that you can actually add 2 photos. So in case you want to add a second photo, you can do that. This is the image overlay opacity. You can use this if you want, and then the banner height, you can make whatever size you want depending on the look you're going for. So there is also the desktop content position. So I've made this bottom center, and now the text overlay looks much better. And down below there is the color scheme and a bunch of other options. Okay, let's go to the home page and sidebar, and then click the second button, which is theme settings. So in here we'll find all of these options, and we will go to typography and change the font. So let's go through the font list and see what looks best. All right, so I've decided to go ahead with this font Amiri, so let's select that. And down here we have the option to change the size of the font. If we change the font size, then this is how it looks on the other side. Next we will go inside the colors, and we will check the schemes that we have for this theme. So these are the options we can change into these. So if we come to the home page in the header section, and say for example we want to change the scheme, we can do it from here. Now let's go ahead and change this text. So we will be changing it to something that will complement our store. So maybe home and kitchen, and then we are going to click save. Now we are going to go back and we are going to create the button. Now you can of course move this button around and place wherever you want, but we will change the name of the button. We can maybe call it just shop or shop all in caps. Now we are creating the actual link of the button for your customers to click through this button. Now this completely depends on you how you want to design it, but as we are calling this shop all, so I'm going to do all products. Now we are going to head back to the dashboard to create our products. So on our dashboard we will click products, and then you will find option between find products to sell, import products, or add your products. Now, if you're doing drop shipping, then you can simply link your products with your supplier's page. Now we are going to check the find products to sell option, and as you can see here, we have a couple of apps that Shopify recommends from their app store. So we have Printify, Printful if you're doing print on demand. They also have AliExpress here. So this is how you can link or find products through the Shopify app store if you want to do something like this. For our store, we are going to add the products manually. So click on add products, and now we are going to fill out all this information. First, we're going to set a product title, and this is what I'm going for this example. Now for your description, you want to highlight the benefits, unique selling points, and of course product features. You can take your time and write it yourself, or you can use this purple button to use the AI generator of Shopify, and you can use something like this. Make sure to read it and make sure that it describes your product, but I'm just adding whatever is here for the purpose of this course. Next, we're going to go in the media section and then add our product images. So we'll select all the images together, and then once they're here, we can move them around and select and place whichever one we want to be the main one. Always remember to have high quality product photos. It's essential to attract your customers. Now let's add the product price. For example, my product costs 75 dirhams. I'm doing in dirhams because my store is in UAE. So now this is the compare price box. So you can leave this blank, or you can put a price to compare. And if you use this box, then there'd be a strikeout to show how much discount your customers are getting. You can also add cost per item. This is to manage your profit margins, and it will not be displayed in your store. Next, we have the inventory, and now we are going to add how many products we have available in our store. I just added 100. You will add as per your stock's availability. If this number goes down to 0, then your products will appear as sold out on your website. If you want to override this setting, you can click this box right here. The product will keep selling even if it goes down to 0. If you're doing drop shipping, then this will get synced with your supplier's platform, and you don't have to worry about these settings. Product SKU or barcode, if you have any, you can click this box. Next, we have the shipping weight. So if you want to charge your customers as per the shipping weight, then you can add that here. Then these are some customs information if you want to add the country, and then the HS code. HS code, if you need, you can ask your supplier. Now moving on to the variants, here you'll be adding options like colors, sizes, etc. So for example, you're selling mobile phone cases, so you'll have variant of colors. To add a variant, simply click here and then choose which kind of variant you'll be using. So I'm going to create colors, and then I'm going to create option values. So let's say we have options for pink, and then next we have for white. Also, when you're typing out one of these options, the next empty box will appear by itself. Okay, now let's click done, and then we'll have the variants with the prices. Now here you can edit out all the prices for each variant. You'll also be able to add the availability of each colors. Now if we click all and select all, and then click action and edit prices, then we can edit the prices all at one time together if all the prices are same, or we could also individually change these prices inside of this box. Now let's do another example. For example, you're selling t-shirts, and so you might have variants of sizes and colors. So for option names, we will click on size, and then for option values, we will do small, medium, and large, and then we will click done, and all the pricing and the variations are already here. But before changing them, we will go ahead and save this. So let's click on save, and now we will scroll down, and now you can see that you will be able to add images to each of these variations. So now we will do that. We will click here, and then this box will open up from where you will be able to add your pictures. And of course, we are not building a t-shirt store, we are building a kitchenware store, but we will be using these pictures as examples. So now I have added 2 pictures. In the same way, we can go and add all of the pictures, and then we can also edit out all of these pricing and availability. So over here we will put how many we have of each. Then we have our search engine listing settings. So let's click edit, and then here you'll be editing how your page will be viewed on platforms like Google. So let's add a title, and then we will add the description. We will add our brand name, and then we'll also add some keywords. You can also add in some discount informations if you like. This is good enough for now because we will be adding our SEO properly at a later stage. All right, that looks good. Now we will scroll right back up and we will make the status active. All right, next we will scroll down and click manage sales channels, and then we have to make sure that the online store is selected. Let's also have a look at manage market. So here are the international markets and the countries within that, and also the primary market where I am based. We will touch on the international market in the shipping module, but for now we are going to hit save. All right, that looks good. Now let's hit back, and now we have our first product listed. We have 300 in stock and 9 variants, and it's active. All right, now we are going to go and add our second product. So we are going to do the exact same steps of adding pictures, our variants, and everything. All right, let's hit save, and this is how you can make your international market active. Click view market from here, and then you can make it active right over here. All right, let's go back. I have also added one more product just now, and so now we have 3 of our products already added, and now we're going to repeat the same exact steps and add all of our products. And so now I have finished adding all of our products. Now that we have all our products ready, we will now sort them into collections. You can create different collections depending on what you're selling. The collection section comes with a default homepage collection. We're going to go ahead and delete this. Have a look at your products and see what kind of collections you would like to create for your store. Let's get started with one collection, and then we will repeat the process. So in my example, I would like to create a chopping board collection. So that's our title, and you can add some description if you want, but I'm going to leave this blank because this is mainly for visuals. For the collection type, we're going to select manual because we're going to select our products manually. So next we have the search engine listing. Let's fill out the information here. We will add our brand name, collection name, a short description, and that's good enough for now. We will come back to this later when we are doing our SEO. But you can have a quick look at the description that I have put here with all the keywords. All right, next we are going to add an image here. So make sure to add an image which showcases most of your products of the collection. Now the image has been added to the collection. We are going to scroll back up and click save. Now we are going to add our products to the collection. All we have to do is click here on browse and then select whichever product we want for the collection. So now I'm going ahead and selecting my chopping boards for this, and then add. Once you have them all here, you can choose to reorder them how they will appear in your store. To do that, you can click here on sort and choose one of these options. You could also choose manually. We are going to go ahead with manually, and now with manually, to reorder them, you can just drag and drop like this. All right, now as all that is done, we will scroll back up and go back, and now let's check if the first collection has been added. So we have our first collection added to our collection section, and now we are going to go ahead and create more collections. So real quick, I'm going to add a few more collections. So now I'm creating the kitchen utensils collection, adding the products, and now we have our second collection ready. I have just now created another one. It's the teapot and matcha sets. So now that we have a few of our collections ready, we're going to go back to our theme editors tab and add them to our store. So if you scroll down, the Dawn theme comes with a featured products section. So our products have been added here already, which is really nice. But now we are going to start to add the other sections. We are going to create a section called the collections section. So in this way, our customers can see each of our collections in that section and then choose to go inside each of them if they like, instead of showing all of these products here together. So let's hover over here and click add section. So these are all the different options that show up. We are going to go and click collection list. Now inside of this, you can play around with these options. You can make the boxes that are appearing under the collections small, medium, or large. You can change the image ratio to portrait, square, or adapt to image. Down here, there are a few more other mobile layout options. And then over here, this is the option for number of columns. So you can do this according to your preference. Now let's click on this image and then do select collection. And from here, we will be able to select our collections. And then now select. And so this one is done. And now we are going to scroll down and go to the next box. We will do the exact same thing here. We will click on this box and then select a different collection. Select, And now we have 2 of our collections here. So now we will quickly add the last collection to the box. So I've just added the teapot and matcha set, and now I'm going to click save. Now let's go back. And now you can see 3 of our collections in this block, and it's showing inside our sections. Now that we have these collections ready, it could be a good time now to play around with these options that we saw earlier. Let's go ahead and change this name to make it look a little more appealing. So let's write shop by collection, or maybe shop by catalog. Okay, that looks much better now. We have all of these collections here, and now we are going to go up and click save. Now let's have a look if our products are actually inside of the collections. So here you can see we have both our chopping boards inside of the catalog, inside of our collection. Now if you want to reorder which one comes first, then you can simply drag and change them over here. So now that I have switched them around, this is how it appears. You could also duplicate this section from up here and add 2 or 3 different collections at the bottom of your website. Now let's have a look at some more options inside of the featured collection. So down here you can select how many products or columns you want to show. So for example, you want to show 6 product photos instead of 8, so that's how it will appear here. And then right at the bottom here it says that enable view all, so all your products can be seen if they click this button. So you can leave this checked or unchecked depending on what you want. And then right here we also have the number of columns on desktop, and you can go up to 5 columns if you want. So for example, you're working with these options inside the catalog of collections, then you can choose and decide how many catalogs you want in the columns to be seen. Down here in the products card section, under the image shape, in the drop down there are a couple of different shapes, so you can play around with these options and see if you would like to change the visuals of these images. For my store, I'm going to just leave it at default. And then down here in the mobile layout, we have seen this before as well, but let me show you guys how it actually looks. So this is how it looks with 1 column, and that's how it looks with 2. And then down here I would like to leave this option checked, the enable swipe on mobile. And then below that is the padding section. So if you increase the top padding, then there'll be more space here, and then if you go down and increase the bottom padding, then this is how it will look down here at the bottom with some more extra space. Now let's have a look how it's looking. So we have this scrolling option here, which is great, and I'm quite happy with it. So now we're gonna go ahead and save this, and now we're gonna go back to our home page. There are a lot of ways to design and build your store, so now let's try the next option. Let's click on add section, and then from this list we will choose multi-column. This is a great way to showcase the benefits of your products and your brand. Okay, so now we are inside the first column, and the first thing we have is the image section. So you can go to explore free images, and then you can look up for free stock photos, and if you have your own product photos which are great, then you can simply use those. So finally I came across a photo that I really like, so I'm gonna use this one for my first column. Now we are going to rename this column. So let's go ahead with kitchen decorating inspiration. Next we are going to add the description. So I'm using the AI for this again, but I highly suggest you take time and write this. This section over here is your chance to communicate and connect with your customers. You can do your own little Pinterest like inspiration board over here. You can give them tips on here. So for my store, so far I've created a decoration inspiration board, and then I've also added a recipe column, so I'll be updating different recipes over time. And the last column that I just created is called our mission. So this is more about the brand, and so the customers can connect reading about our brand on here. So get creative and design as per your brand. Now I would like to add another section, so let's go ahead and add image with text. So here we could add something about our brand story. So the same way, click on the image, and then this will open up, and then we are going to change this text. So I'm titling it as how it began, and then I'm going to write a story about the brand here. This is just as an example. Of course, you need to write the story about your brand, and then we are going to try to find some good stock photos for this. If you're using your own photos, then you could use one of the beginning stage photos if you have any, or something which has most of your products. And so I really like this photo, I'm going to go ahead with this one. Now let's create the button. So let's click on the button and change the name of the button. So you can name it according to whatever you want to link to this button. So I'm doing shop. So now let's click on button link, and from here you can choose your collections. So let's go to collection, and then you can add the all collection, or you can do any of the collection. So as my button doesn't say shop all, it's shop, so I'm going to just do kitchen utensils. But for example, if you had made your button name shop all, then you could link for all your collections together. This looks good to me. Now I'm going to scroll back up and click save. I want to make one more additional change here. Instead of how it began, I think how it started would be much better, and then click save again. Now that you have an idea of how to create different sections, now let's go ahead and finish up the footer section. So once you click and open the footer section, you can see that there is already a default email box. Let's change the name to join our VIP list. Down below there are a bunch of options and settings. We are going to leave them as is. Now let's go back to the dashboard, and inside online store we will create pages, and these pages will be inside of our menu, pages such as about us page and shipping and returns page, etc. So let's create our first page, the about us page, and then after the title let's add a photo. So here you can choose photos from what you have already uploaded, or you can upload directly from your computer. I went ahead with this one. This speaks about the brand. It has a lot of different elements other than the products. I'm happy with it. Let's click save. Okay, now next we are going to add all our description in our about us page. So now this would be all about your brand. You can write however you want. Down here is the SEO section. You can quickly throw in some keywords, or we can always come back to this later when we are doing our marketing, and then we are going to go up and click save. So now that's done, and now we are going to go back, and now we have an about us page. Now let's go ahead and create the second page. So that's going to be the shipping and returns page. Now for the description, I have added all my shipping and returns policies for my customers. So make sure to add all your policies and then click save. And so now we also have our shipping and returns page ready. Now inside the online store, let's click navigation, and now here we are going to create our menus. So first let's click and go inside the main menu. So inside the menu there will be a couple of things already by default. If you don't need them, you can delete them, but we're going to go down and click add menu item. So what we are doing here is creating new category. So here first we will go and create a about us category, and then next in the link box we will click and go to pages, and then we will link about us page, and then once that's done we will click add. So let's now add a shipping category for the menu. So shipping and returns, add, and then chopping boards. Also let's add the kitchen utensils, teapots and matcha sets, and finally we will also add all products so the customers can see all the products in one place, and then save. Okay, great. And now we are going to go back and then check here in the main menu. We have all of these different categories. Now we are going to do the same for the footer menu. We will be repeating the exact same steps. So we are creating our category, we are doing an about us category, and then shipping and returns, and then link the shipping and returns page. Lastly, I added the all products category in the footer section. If you want to skip this one, you can definitely do that. Now let's go back to our theme editor tab. The main menu will be added here by default. We can definitely change the order of these, but we're going to do that later. Let's have a look on the sidebar again. So here we have options of drop down, merge menu, or drawer, and whichever one you choose, that's how your menu will appear. Now in the footer section, we don't have the default menu, so we are going to do add block, and then click on menu, and then the quick links menu box will appear with some of the options that we created earlier in our dashboard. So we have search, about us, shipping and returns, and all products. And then on the top right corner, we are going to click on save. So if we go to the main menu, there is contact, which came by default with the Dawn theme. So let's have a look what kind of edit needs to be done for this page. So there is a form here that people can fill if they need to reach us, but the section above is quite empty and there is a lot of brand information missing. So let's do add section and then rich text. Alright, this actually looks perfect. We are going to add our information here, and we are also going to add a button. So let's change this to get in touch, or maybe actually let's change this to contact us. Now let's add our email here, and then our customer care number, and then on the sidebar on top I'm just going to click here and hide this button because I really don't need it here. Let's also add the location, and now we're going to click save. Alright, now from here you can directly publish, and once you click on the publish button, if your website still has a password, it is going to remove it if you publish from here, or you can go to your dashboard and remove it from here directly. But now we are going to go into our main menu and reorder these categories. To reorder them, all you have to do is hold and drag upward or downward and arrange them however you like. Let's quickly make some changes here, and that looks much better now, and then I'm going to click save. So now let's go to the theme editor and then publish and check how our website is looking so far. Alright, so first we have the name of our store, which looks great, and then all of the categories are arranged in the right order. Then we have our main banner image. For the purpose of this video, I created a logo to show you guys, and then I used that picture over here. I highly suggest that you use a very good photo here, perhaps something from your photo shoot. Alright, our shop button on the banner looks okay. The shop by catalog section looks just great, and then this home and living section also looks perfect. And then these are the featured products section. The customers can have a very nice viewing experience in this way, and if they hover over an image, they're also able to see additional images inside, which is really nice. Next we have our how it started section, and then below that we have our footer section. Let's go back up to this section and see if this shop button works. So let's click on this, and here we have our kitchen utensils section that we had added. Now let's click on one of our product photos, and here this looks perfect. It's ready to be added to the cart. It has all the variations, colors, description, and everything else. Now let's check another product from the features section, and the glass teapot. This also looks just perfect. Now we are going to take a look at some of the apps. So let's head back to our dashboard and click on apps, and then from here let's go to all recommended apps. Now let's have a look at some of the recommended apps. So in the recommended apps here we have the Loox reviews. So this is for reviews. I highly recommend this app. This is a good one. And then there is Pagefly, and so Pagefly is for you to build pages and buttons all by yourself. This is also a good one. And then these bunch of other apps, and of course you can always go inside of the Shopify app store to check out more apps. Now let's go back to our dashboard, and we are going to take a look at some of our admin settings. So now let's click on settings. Now let's go ahead and update all our store settings. Check if all of your profile settings are correct. Otherwise you can just simply go from here and edit. So here we need to update our store name. Let's go ahead and do that. So now let's change this to Home Goods Store. You can add a number or skip this. Alright, next check if all your billing address is correct. This is usually your business address. Please avoid putting your home address. Next is the store currency setting. Please make sure that this is matching your location. If you sell internationally, then I suggest you to go to the Shopify app store and get a currency converter so people can shop with their own currencies from all over the world. From the plan section, you can see your plan, and you can also add your payment method. Once again, I'll have the best current deal linked in my description box below. You can simply go from there and sign up. Alright, next inside of billing, you can add your payment method. It's going to be the same as the payment method that you have added in your plan. Simply click on add payment method, fill all this out, and then add credit card. Next, let's take a look at users and permissions. So this is you, the store owner, and then you also have an option to add 2 of your staffs who will have access to the store. And with the right button on top, you can also transfer the ownership of this store. Now let's head to payments. So if you are in US or in some of the other supported countries, the first thing you will see on top is Shopify payments. My store is located in Dubai in United Arab Emirates, so I don't have Shopify payments. If you have Shopify payments, make sure to use that because it's by Shopify. Shopify payments does require that your business has a legal registration number, and with this you can also allow your customers to save their shipping and payment information for faster checkout. checkout. Anyways, as I don't have it, so I'm going to go ahead and choose a third-party payment provider. Now the first option is Stripe. Stripe is hands down one of the best and most reliable payment provider. They have given me a whole bunch of other options here, but I'm going to stick to Stripe. Now let's take a look at some other payment options. So for example, you have Shopify payments, but you haven't registered your business yet, then you could use one of these options. So here I have PayPal by default. So you can go and create a PayPal account and then activate this. You can have more than one payment option in your store, so you can easily keep your PayPal here. If you are in the US, then you might also see Amazon payments. Now let's go inside checkout. So let's see what your customers has to fill in during checkout. So first we have the mobile number or email. This one is fine. And then show a link to download the shop app if you have one. And next we have require the customer to log in to their account before checkout. I suggest that you leave this box unchecked. This just always creates hassle and extra step for the customer, and most of the time this is when the customer leaves their cart abandoned and go away. Now let's check out the customer information. So here I do suggest that we require the first name and the last name so that we can use this during our email marketing. Alright, so the next one is company name. We definitely do not need this for an online store, so we're going to keep this as don't include. You could also leave it at optional, it's totally up to you. And then for the address line too, we are also going to leave this optional. And then of course for the shipping address phone number, we need to put that as required so that we can actually deliver the packages. The marketing option, we leave this with email, and then we will scroll down. And for the address collection and preferences, we are going to leave all this as is. And also for the order processing, we are going to leave them as it is. If you're doing drop shipping, then you don't need to worry about these settings. This will be automated for you. And then we can simply scroll down and click on save. Now let's go to markets, and now we are going to add our selling regions. By default, this should be as per your store location. Now we're going to take a look at the international markets in case you want to sell internationally. Shopify has already created the international market list for us. So if you go inside of that, and then if you go inside shipping, then we can check out all of these countries. So here there are 27 countries, so let's click on this. So these are the list of countries. Take a look and see if this looks okay to you, and you will be able to deliver in all of these locations. Otherwise you can exclude them, and you can also edit and include other countries. And now here we are going to go back and make this active, and then we will click on save. If you are syncing with a dropshipping supplier, then make sure to go into their platform and check if they are not able to deliver to a certain location. Okay, now let's go into shipping and delivery. So for example, if you're doing dropshipping, then you will be able to connect this to your supplier's platform. Now if you consider doing it manually, if you're selling all different kinds of products, then the weight of your product will alter the shipping price. So a good thing to do is to create shipping profile for items that are of similar weight. For now, I'm not creating a new profile. I'm just going to go inside the general profile, and then here you can see which products are part of the profile. And then down below here, you will see the shipping zones for your primary market and also your international market. If you want to edit the prices, you can simply click here and do edit rate. And then from here, you can change it. In case you're offering free shipping, I suggest you to set this up and then give them a discount offer, as that will help you with the value of your sales. Now we will go inside brand. Now here we will add our logo. Okay, these images does not show the logo, so let's go inside add images and we will select our logo. And then down here we can also add the color schemes. If you have strong specific brand colors, you can add them here. A few more things that you could add is a cover image, slogan, and description. And then we will add our social media links down here. This is going to be added to your automated email, so make sure to include your links. If you have any specific policies, then you can add that to the policy section. Now let's go into domains. Now if you don't have a domain of your own, then your shop will show as .myshopify.com. That doesn't look very professional, and I highly suggest you get your own domain. If you have already purchased your domain, then you can simply click here and do connect existing domain. Otherwise, you can click this button, buy new domain, and you can buy from inside of Shopify directly. You can do your domain search over here, and whatever you're happy with, you can select it and then buy it. Now some final touches before we go live. So let's go ahead and remove our password. Now from the dashboard, let's go to preferences and then add our homepage title. Let's also go ahead and add some description, and this description and title will appear on Google. And if you go to analytics, then here you'll be able to see your visitors and if anything has been added to your cart and all other activities. Now finally our store is live, so let's go and check inside our store if everything looks good and if our products are ready to be added to cart. Everything looks good so far, and now I suggest you come up with some good marketing strategies so that you can start to make some sales. Once again, the best Shopify current deal link has been added to the description box below. Please feel free to go ahead and sign up with that. I have also added some more useful information and links of apps for your store. I suggest you to not miss that, so please make sure to check it. I would also really appreciate if you could let me know what other kind of Shopify videos you would like me to create. Please feel free to put the topics in the comments below.
If this video was helpful or added any value, please give us a big thumbs up. Also subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in comments below if you have any questions. I'll try my best to answer most of them, and I'll see you in the next one.